That's right, man, Charlie.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. People deluded, I'm back again. Special guest settings, man. There's a guy that I've tried to get this video done for a while. We've been speaking for a moment. We finally got the wheels in motion. S, what are you telling me, my guy, man? You good?
Yes, DG, man. Hey, listen, you know this already. If they don't already know, you're one of the dudes that I highly respect. Do you understand? Like, your opinion.
Black brother blush, man.
Brother, blush if you have to, bro. But I'm speaking it from the heart, bro. Like,
appreciate that, man.
Bro, your content, you know what I'm saying, your calmness, your delivery, your articulation, do you know what I'm saying? I can only hope to be like you one day, bro.
Nah, man. Bro, you're the AFTV pioneer, man. You see the views you did, the jackets notorious, and I'm trying to be like you, man. You definitely get all the gal, man. Let them know I'm your best friend as well, fam. Like brownings, light skin, red bone, shout me, man. DMs are open for business. Ed, you ain't got nothing on the cat.
No, for real though. Hey,
oh, man.
Listen, I'm happy to be on your show, man. Honestly, man, I'm happy, man. It's a big honor for me, bro.
Come on, man. But before we crack on, yeah, let people know, because obviously they know your stuff for AFTV. Your things are going to be in the description and in the title. But yeah, man, plug the channel, man, because people need to know, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen, people, man. Stricto Strict on YouTube. Stricto Strict. Just hit that up. You see that. Hit the subscription button. And if you want to do the Insta thing, is BH_Stricto. That's BH standing for Big Homie _Stricto. You find me on there, man. So
on, man.
It is what it is, man. So yeah, man. Listen, yeah, man. Let's talk. Let's get into it, bro, man. Let's talk.
All right, let's start right there, man. You know what? Yeah, the first thing I want to get into before Newcastle, before I ask you about Arteta and all of that business, yeah, I have to ask you about the Champions League. Now, Arsenal fans, you know, not yourself or me necessarily, but generally, we're talking bossy throughout the Premier League and obviously the Champions League. Bring us Real Madrid, do this, do that. Obviously, knockout stage last 16, we've lost to Porto. What's your thoughts in relation to that game? What happened for you? What went wrong? What went right? Are you optimistic? Is there issues that still remain? Let us know all your thoughts, man.
Do you know what? I watched that game. You know, like most of us, we went into that game with a bit of enthusiasm, energy. Some might say some fantasy because we haven't been in the Champions League in a minute, and here we are. Typical Arsenal fans thinking we'll just have to turn up to roll them over, and maybe, you know, we got a bit of reality check in that game. But for me, I really don't think a lot of questions were asked. Like I don't think there was a lot of questions. I didn't leave that game leaving with a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? Because at worst, that game was a 0-0 draw. That was a 0-0 game.
Yeah, and then the sucker punch,
and then a sucker punch. But then. Maybe then you might say, yeah, we were a bit naive in, you know, our approach. But I think, like, you know, the Porto manager said them not came here to play, we came here to win. So I think there's a lot in what he said, and I think that needs to be analysed by Arteta and the staff. Okay, cool. So they saying we came to play, so we came to do the fancy stuff, and they came to do the dirty stuff, and left with gold at the end of it. They went gold digging. Do you know what I'm saying? Where we was looking polished, but that weren't really the angle that we was really needed to be looking at. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think we have to respect the Champions League because it is an elite competition. But also in the same sense doesn't mean we can't be confident. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you think about when Porto won it, do you know what I'm saying? They won it when no one even knew who the fuck Porto was in terms of Champions League context. You know what I'm saying? So just because you don't have experience in winning it doesn't mean you can't go far, because Porto are a great example of it. So I suppose for us, all we have to do is just maybe slightly humble ourselves a little bit and just appreciate that we don't have both feet standing firm in the Champions League. Maybe we might just have to take it 1 foot at a time.
Do you think, like, because some people say we played for a draw and we were psychologically kind of damaged going into the game. Do you believe that was the case, or what?
No, I think like, look, I think if you look at the season, what we've been doing in the Premier League, if we score any of those set pieces, but especially the corners, like, because we score from them a lot, and it just didn't happen in that game. Like, okay, cool, that's not our only way of scoring, but the amount of set pieces we had in that game, like, we should have at least bagged once. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so like, you know, we should have. Yeah. Like, I don't think we should. I don't think we went to play for a draw. I don't necessarily think that. I don't think ever, like, the way Arteta sets up, he sets up negatively. We had a lot of possession. It just so happened that our main guys, our wingers, Odegaard, no one was really pulling in. I think it was just one of them games where, like, for some reason we just couldn't break them. Because I think we score any of those goals, then Porto got to break their attitude and try to come at us, then leaving spaces behind, which they weren't doing throughout the game. So I don't think we played for the draw. I think we played for the win, but they're more astute. You know what I'm saying? They've got, like, Pepe in the fence. And that's probably what frustrated me. Like, Pepe playing centre back and we didn't expose him. Bro,
Ask
man's
any
40
questions
years.
of the 70-year-old centre half, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no questions asked of him, which was weird because that would have been the straight weakness right there. You got Martinelli, you've got Saka, you've got even if you say Havertz isn't the fastest, but he's faster than flipping Pepe. And we've seen Havertz, this new role what he does, where he gets into these pockets nicely. He would have enjoyed that against Pepe. Do you know what I mean? But it's just one of them games. It's one game. We've played solid so far this season. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I can forgive the boys, but I don't think we played for a draw.
Do you think Arteta's because some people say Arteta showed naiveties. In fact, like, do you think Arteta's naive in Europe? And, like, do you think there's a plan B? Because obviously, like, I like the fact that the manager sticks to the script, but watching that Porto game, it was like, we're trying the same thing. It's not happening, whether that's because of how Porto's set up, whether it's nerves or whatever, but there needed to have been some sort of change or some tweak. And he did it in the second half. But I think Arteta strikes me as like a mad scientist. He does find plans and things, but it does feel at times like we just stick to the script for better or worse. So, like, do you think there needed to be flexibility, or did it highlight a lack of flexibility then?
The word naive, like the word naive, possibly. Because I think possibly, like, you got to kind of set traps at times, and I think, like, setting traps is like sometimes letting them have the balls, letting them kind of come at us, and then that's the
home
trap
side as well, yeah,
they're the home side, so that's the trap right there, because we got pacey wingers, we got Odegaard, with his intricate passing, so maybe naive in the sense that you can't expect to have your way, and sometimes when you are having your way, sometimes your way isn't necessarily you having your way. Your way is actually lulling them into a false sense of confidence to think like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Hold on, what's going on here? It's false sense of security, sorry. And then boom, hitting them on, possibly that, you could label that possibly. But I think, I just think we was unlucky, to be honest with you. And if you say, like, we haven't got different ways to play, I think if you look at, like, some of the best teams in the world, like, they have streamlined what they're good at. And 9 times out of 10, it works. Now, adding the fact, if you think of Arsenal, in the last 5 years, we haven't really been known for our set pieces. I think that's another, like, way to play that we've
ugly
got.
way, yeah, and it's
an ugly way. It's an ugly way, but teams fear us. But for some reason, it just, I don't think Porto necessarily stopped us, because we were having the corners. They weren't trying to not stop us having corners. Do you know what I'm saying? It was just it's just one of those ways. But what I would like to see from Arteta is, like, sometimes just setting traps. You see some teams do it. You see, Mourinho was an expert at setting traps. He will sit back, play the low block, boom, hit you on that.
One
do you know
chance,
what I mean?
we're gone.
One chance, take it, go back, defend it. We got the difference is now, bro. I can actually say we've got the characteristics to actually play the typical one. The Arsenal 1-0 to the Arsenal way. We've got those characteristics. We've got your Salibas. We've got your Gabriel, who, in my opinion, is one of our best players this season. Like, solid. More slept on, bro. More slept on. So, like, we can go score that one goal and then just hold it back and then hit again. Do you know what I mean? So I think, maybe a bit of naivety, but like, I think, hopefully a lesson was learned from that defeat. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying in that.
I'm with you with that, man. It's all about lessons. Like I always say, every football game is about like tactics and stuff. Champions League obviously about that, but it's the fine margins. You look at Real Madrid, 9 times out of 10, they look like they're staring down the face of defeat, and then they turn it around with some individual brilliance. So I think that's a learning curve for our players. I agree with you in that, sometimes the result don't lie ultimately, but it's not fair in it. That game struck to me as a group stage game, a 0-0. Obviously, if Martinelli sets up that counter attack, he's a hero. And we did show our naives with Martinelli, maybe Raya's positioning with Declan Rice and whoever it was not stopping the shot. And I think we lost the ball like in that period, bro, like 3 times. So these things are highlighted, and that just shows me that I think sometimes we can be our own worst enemies, which obviously is highlighted against Porto. And even when we've dropped points in the Prem this season, Fulham away, we was terrible. West Ham in the League Cup, we were terrible. But how many times have we actually been outplayed? Even when we've been outplayed, we salvaged something, like against Spurs to a degree or Chelsea. And it's them kind of things I want to see us arrested. You kind of touched on it, and I want to ask you, like, obviously, Gabriel's getting his flowers now. But why do you think it's taken so long for Gabriel to get his flowers? It's all about Bozo, Gene. It's like there's a reluctance to rate Gabriel because obviously Saliba's gracious. He's got everything going for him and whatnot. But I don't think people understand how they complement each other and how Saliba hides the faults in Gabriel and vice versa, man. Why do you think it's only now? And it's like we all say Saliba's world class and this and that. But it's like there's a reluctance to hail up Gabriel. It's like only now he's getting his own chant. He's been part of the furniture.
But even that chart is BS, man. Like, that chart used to be better. Used to be better than that, bro. Like,
you're right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro. Like, if you think of okay, let me just touch on the chart, for example. Like, we've had ops like Jorginho come from an up team. He's got Jorginho. You got Havertz from an up team. He's got his thing. This guy he's Arteta's first signing. Yeah,
and one of the most important.
He's been there since Arteta has been in reign. And if you look at his presence, he's tall, he's broad, he's physical.
He's on defending.
Pace. He loves doing the dirty work, bro. I've never seen. He loves defending. Anyhow, anyway. There's nothing fancy about him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's very un-Brazilian. Like, maybe that's probably what it is the fact when you think of Brazilian, there's a certain prestige, caliber, and class that comes with being a Brazilian. And maybe he just doesn't have that Brazilian quote-unquote ness about him. And maybe that's why he isn't highlighted. But if you look at through history, if you look at like centre-back pairings, there's always one that gets the credit. If you think about Rio Vidic, Rio was the shining light. If you think about Terry Carvalho, Terry is the one that get the shining light.
As well.
So there's always one that is the shining star, which is Saliba. I'm not mad at that because Saliba is what we think he is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but Gabriel is the dirty work. Like I said in one of my AFTV interviews, they call him Saliba the Rolls Royce and Gabriel's the tractor. Do you know what I'm saying? He's the industrial.
They need to respect him, man. He's a Bentley as well, man.
Bro, tractors are worth more than Bentleys. Go and buy a tractor.
Yeah. Trust, you're right. You're right. Actually, them
things are like a half more near a mil than they are anything else. Do you know what I'm saying? So it depends how you want to look at it, but I just think it's one of those things that I don't think two centre backs can get the shine at the same time. But what I do think is within our fan base, we need to appreciate Gabriel more. We really, really need to appreciate Gabriel more. This guy is Arsenal through and through. He's from the moment he stepped in, couldn't speak a word of English, made it his responsibility to speak English, to bed in. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's only now I think certain people are starting to see it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Saliba's had a few off games and, Gabriel's level is like, oh, hold on. Gabriel's actually still keeping that consistent level up. Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, I love the guy. I tagged him in something the other day. I saw he's watching it. I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm always singing his praises. And listen, let's not lie. The Bozo gene does play a part. He's had a few,
but even that's kind of been.
But I think that's unfair. I think it's harsh. I think it's very harsh because I think like if you think like a lot of players defensively, even goalkeepers make errors. Like Alisson makes errors on
Alisson and Van Dijk did it in the recent game.
Them not make errors on the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't make as many more errors than Van Dijk. He doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Van Dijk at the time plays in a better team. We're just only coming up now. So it's not as highlighted as much. But I think Gabriel needs to get his flowers, bro. And he's still on top of that, he's still young.
And that's what
He's
people
still
forget with centre backs as well. Even with Saliba, like even when like you just said it there, and I agree, Saliba's had his little like a little dip in form. I do think Saliba. I always say it's like you got two, like it's like we're all the dads and there's two children. Saliba is like the golden boy. You can do no wrong. Gabriel, once you do something, it's
the
love.
last born. He's like the
Exactly.
last
Yeah,
born,
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it? He's
yeah,
the
yeah.
last born.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Gabriel's the firstborn, so
Yeah.
people can get in it. So it's harsh. And I think if you take Saliba and Gabriel out, obviously we look dead. I think people need to appreciate them both, like you said, because we've got the best centre half partnership probably in the league. Maybe not in terms of ability, but in the league and in world football, that's definitely top 5. If I just be humble with it, and I think Arteta needs credit for how he's assembled that. Would it go? Would you guys fast to say Gabriel's our player of the season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so you know, if you're looking at Ballon d'Or, for example, like these awards, these
They're already biased for attackers, man. Defenders ain't
it's
getting
just
credit.
attackers. So people just like, you know, if you're a purist of the football game, which I am, because I would watch any flipping game, bro. Like whether it's lower league, as long as someone's kicking a ball and is on TV, I'm more likely to sit down and be entertained by it. I'm a
Facts.
purist. So you know what? So exactly what I'm saying is, it's more than just the attackers, bro. It's more than the guys who score the goals. Like, you know, sometimes you got to look at the defenders. Like
The
myself,
ugly
I
side
played.
wins
I was
titles. We know this.
there we go. It's proven. It's a proven fact, bro. It's not an opinion. That I played football. You know, the level I played at, I was a centre back, so I can appreciate that big, ugly. Do you know what I'm saying? That's me in it, like big, black and ugly, bro. Like I can appreciate, I can appreciate that side of the game, bro. Like just putting your head on the line, putting your foot, just moving man about, dashing man
Just
about.
dying to not concede.
Do you understand? So for me, of course, he's our player of the season. So like, you might look at your Odegaards, you might look at I mean, who's a standout attacker? You know, your Leos, like, you know,
You know
Jesus.
what? It's gonna be mad as well, and it's a side topic I was gonna ask you. Like, could you say Saka? Because a couple weeks ago, people say, "Oh, he's having a slow season." Da, 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 da. Now every week there's new stats, there's mad stats. I think he's got 20 odd goal contributions. He's on course to get more than he got last year. Like, you could say Saka, and I feel it could be Saka, but I also feel that it's not Saka. I actually feel it's Gabriel slyly.
No, I think you got some of these things. Some of these things, like you already touched and said, like some of these things are very attacking bias in it. Like, look, Saka's always going to be in the conversation. His level of consistency since his debut, and you know, till now, man. Internationally and on club level, bro, it's scary. It's absolutely scary. And the fact he's humble with it, he doesn't speak much about these stats. He always thanks and praises his teammates because he acknowledges that, listen, it's not just me that's out here doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? So if he's giving it to his teammates, I'm more inclined to give it to Gabriel, because I feel like, you know, if you're talking about being a parent, you know, having children, sometimes you got to look at the child who's most improved. You know, he's the most improved. Like, look, you've been washing your dishes. You know, you've washed the dishes. You're cleaning the house.
No more and that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're looking after your little brothers and your sisters. Like, you might not be getting the top grades in school, but you're doing everything else well. So sometimes you can give the award in the help that it would give you the confidence to improve even more. So sometimes, bro, Saka's at levels that I don't think anyone at the club or even in the Premier League aren't. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we can be like, do you know what? Saka's probably gonna get some award outside of the club. Do you understand?
If not on a PFA, he's on course to get PFA Team of the Year stuff.
He will get something. That's a fact. He will get something some way or the other. But Gabriel ain't. So I think we must acknowledge his improvement. We have to. It's imperative, because that only leads him and sets him up for more improvement, because he must feel like, listen, I know people who know people in it, and someone come to me, I'm not going to say who, to say he was saying, how come I don't have my song? This is someone very close to him saying this, like, how come Gabriel how come he don't have a song? Like, and I was like, he must be sat there thinking, what else have I got to do? What do I feel appreciated? So no wonder when the Saudi Arabia move came, you know, people said his head was turned. Maybe he was thinking, you know what? Let me go somewhere where I am going to be appreciated. Maybe somewhere where the fans are going to show me. And the peas, do you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, like, yo, the best way to do this, like the most diplomatic ways to do it. You know what, Gabriel, since you've come here, you've been, you know, you changed the dynamic of what we expect of our centre backs. We've gone like people always get at me, but we've gone from Mustafi, bro. We've gone from Socrates. We've gone, bro. You're just a
Pablo
pure
Marie, Rob Holding, the list goes on. It's
Marie.
bleak, bro.
You're just a pure defender. Like that's all you like to do.
Bought for
Like
peanuts in today's day and age as well, man. Well, Saliba as well, but yeah, man, that's like
peanuts,
40 a piece. If that 20 to 40 for both of them, steals, bro.
bro. Absolute robbery, bro.
Yeah, better
Absolute
yet, robbery,
criminal.
yeah.
It's criminal what we've done in today's market, bro. And bro, if you're gonna sell, think about selling Gabriel. That ain't nothing less than north of 70.
Yeah.
North of, like, it's not even a debate.
Serious bread.
You start that at 70, and then wherever that might end up, do you know what I'm saying? He's still young. You know, it kind of reminds me of that Lucius, you know, that Brazil, like, just he's Brazilian, but there's nothing Brazilian about him in his way of playing football.
Man.
Do you understand me? So now, bro, I highly rate Gabriel. And if he continues it, I don't see why not. He can't get player of the season.
And I'm with you with that. And I think the one thing that you said that I think will go over people's head is he loves to defend. That's something in the modern day where we talk about goalies and centre backs. We're talking about how much passes they can play and stuff. And we know the game's advanced, but Gabriel loves to defend, really. And you made a great point is people forget that was Mikel Arteta's one of the, if not the first signing, and he's gone from strength to strength. And as you said there, you touched on it because I was going to ask you about the whole Saudi thing in the summer because it did look like his head turned. He kind of alluded to it in his not a press conference, but talking in the press a few days ago. Keeping up the theme with the defenders, what are you saying for Benjamin White? Because I don't think he's perfect, but I do think he's one of the best fullbacks in the league in his role. And I think he's actually a bit underappreciated, if I'm honest.
You see the thing with Benjamin White? Benny Blanco, as we know him to the streets. Yeah. The thing with him is that his engagement with fans is very minimal.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't really like, you know, because he said he don't really like football that much.
Yeah. He just wants his peas and cut, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's just a professional in that sense. Like and you know, I think if he engaged more with the fans, because I think he had a slump. I think a lot of our players had a slump in the beginning of the season, and then kind of started to pick it up. And I think he's one of the ones. Remember, like this guy was playing centre back, right? And he's been shifted right back. I know he can play right back, but I think it was more by an accident that I can't remember what got him to that right side. I think I can't remember. But he's moved across, bro. He complements Odegaard and Saka very, very well. They're literally a trinity up on that right side. Like, and people don't realize if you take Ben White out of that trinity, we lose something between the defense, the midfield, and the attack.
The relationship ain't the same, yeah.
Ain't the same, bro. Ain't the same. And that is credit to Ben White. As much as you can say Saka and Odegaard, that is also credit to Ben White because he understands that level. He understands he's got the connection with them, that he's impacted that to that level. Ben White, bro, I love Ben White. Not many get change out of him defensively. Not many.
Only probably Rashford's a banker. That's the only one. Every year against Rashford, he'll get turned.
Right.
Apart from that, it's fair game.
It's fair, not much. And then going forward, he's so balanced. When you talk about fullbacks, yeah, like you talk about Trent. Trent is known for going forward. His attacking is out there. And then you think of what's the Chelsea brother again? His name just slipped my head. Reece James, like does it both, but can't stay fit. If you're not available, you're as good as not being good enough. As far as I'm concerned, because you don't.
How good you are if you're not fit.
Right. And then you think of Kyle Walker, who's probably one of the, out and out one of the best. But also Kyle Walker has a lot of bozo moments, but has that pace to get him out of a lot of situations. Trouble, yeah. Do you understand? So, but on balance, bro, going forward and going back and coming back is Ben White does it beautifully. He does it beautifully. And he's also improving. He's getting better and understanding that role. And I think that's his role now. Like well, you're a right back now. You're a full back now. That's your thing. If worst comes
to worst, you can play centre half, but right back is your thing.
Right back is your thing now. Like just own it. And then one great thing that we have as Arsenal fans is he doesn't have an international career, which is great for us. Because
shocked as it is, yeah. Southgate is out of favour, yeah.
He's out of favour. Great for us. And he don't seem to give a damn about it either. He just
It's so true. It's so true. It's like more time with the missus. He don't give a crap.
He don't give a damn. So it's more for us. Do you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about him going on international duty, picking up injuries or whatever that comes with international duties. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's fully on the Arsenal thing. So, bro, it's great for us, bro.
What are you saying for Kyrgios? Because he's like, I'm still not 100% convinced, but I think he looks a lot more confident. And at the end of the day, he's doing his thing. I think against Newcastle, he did your thing. I'm not going to get at him, but when you look at Newcastle's form, West Ham's form, Burnley's form, I think these players that have coming into this team because of the injuries, we should be ticking over. But I do think Kyrgios looks better now that he's not doing that inverted thing. He's doing the traditional thing. Where are you at with Kyrgios? Are you convinced? Do you think he could, make that left back spot his own when everyone's fit?
No, I think Kivy overall is a squad player, but he can convince me otherwise. He can convince me. I'm open to it. He can convince me otherwise. The inverted thing, yeah, I don't think that's him. I think he's more, like you said, traditional, more of a static kind of.
Just do what a left back should be doing.
What a left back should be doing. I'll be honest with you. The West Ham game, I was having a debate with my brother about it, and I was like, what? Because I was at the game, I wasn't convinced by him. Like I really wasn't. But I think what he's done, and credit to him, is these good results that we're having, he's taking along with it. So you can see he's clearly picking something up with these results. He's clearly like gaining that confidence, and most importantly, your teammates are gaining confidence in you, because that's one of the worst things about being a squad player. Because when you get your chance, you don't really have that room to fuck up too much, because your teammates have got to trust you, and you ain't got, you don't have the luxury for that trust. You got to build that trust, and I think that's what he's doing now. He's building that trust. So now when your Zinchenko comes in, now Arteta got to scratch his head. And what I would like for Arteta to do is to pick and choose, especially in that spot, pick and choose which games you think Kvyat is suited to over Zinchenko. I don't think Zinchenko can be our out-and-out left back, because I don't think he's balanced enough. I really don't think he's balanced enough. Like he gets so exposed playing his defensive work. For example, you look at that Liverpool game. You know what Salah's gonna do. You know Salah's gonna come on. You know what he's going to do. He's gonna come to strong foot. You know that. That's just that. Like that doesn't even need.
It's one of football's worst kept secrets, really.
It doesn't need a debrief. It can be stopped. It can be stopped. It can be stopped. We're not talking about Iron Robin here. We know Iron Robin's gonna cut. Like certain players, you can't stop it. But Salah can be stopped respectfully. I know some people disagree. Respectfully, show him the line. Cool. Anything comes out of there, you can blame anyone else. But show him the line, bro. You showed him. Things like that, and that's just one example of many. You think about the Trent last season at Anfield. You think about Fulham, like a lot of our goals.
Even Nottingham Forest towards the end of the game as well.
Right. There's so many faults, but that's because, in my opinion, I don't think he's a defender, and I don't think he loves defending. I don't think.
Bro, you're right. Let's be honest. Like he's smart in that he saw that I want to be a midfielder. It's not going to happen for me at City with all them, man. Let me find a little role. I'm a Sunday league fullback. I never wanted to be a fullback. This is how man get games. So he's playing in that. Now, obviously, there's a bit of gloss with this inverted thing, but you don't think like a defender. Now, you've played enough games to start thinking like one. But as you said, he's a midfielder. You're going to, and he's inverting. So he's going to leave space. He's not going to switch on. He's not going to be in line. And one thing I think about Zinchenko is, whenever I watch him, I don't know if it's just me, in his defensive work, he'll just get into the back four. Like, he'll hold his shape and he kind of thinks, job done, I'm kind of on my role. Yeah. And that's, as you know, it's not enough. And I agree with you in that. For me, when the sun's shining at the Emirates and we're having the bulk of the ball, Zinni, that's you in it. There's games where, slightly even against Porto, I was thinking, Zinni might make something happen here. When it's, like you said, the Salahs, the Kuduses, I want to see a fit Timber. I want to see Tomiyasu. I won't quite say I want to say Kyrgios yet, but move in that direction, your name will get mentioned with them. So that's the issue. And like you said there, like Arteta has to know when to play players. Speaking of that and where to play players, what have you made of Kai Havertz, man? Do you think he's our first choice striker now? Do you think he's the best option ahead of everyone available? Because he looked good against Newcastle, man.
You know what will Havertz, is how I'm starting to enjoy Havertz is I had to forget his Leverkusen days. I had to forget. They're long gone. I had to forget that happened, because if I remember he played for Leverkusen and the way he played for Leverkusen, and I bring that into this version of Havertz, bro, you're just gonna be screaming and pulling hairs, bro. Do you understand? I've had to forget that and to be like, you know what? That Havertz died. Yeah. This version of Havertz is acceptable for me because I can see what he does and what he doesn't do. Havertz is not a risk taker. You give him the ball.
You don't want to see him in the middle of the park, man.
You don't want to see him in the middle because nothing ain't gonna happen. Like he's not gonna pull nothing out of the air. Like, but then he showed us with that goal against was it Burnley? Was it Burnley?
Where he nutmegged man and then finished it with his right peg.
Right.
From the throw-in, from Kyrgios throw. Yeah, Burnley.
Some might argue and say, okay, it's only Burnley. But is also showing that, okay, you are capable, but why are you always keeping it safe? Because sometimes you get the ball, do something, make that pass or make that run or something. But he just keeps it so safe. You give him the ball, rest assured he gives it back to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so essentially what I'm trying to say. Essentially what I'm trying to say is like, for you to accept the Havertz we have, you have to forget the Havertz that was. Do you know what I'm saying? And now I'm starting to see different sides of him. I'm seeing he gets in these pockets. He definitely gets in these pockets.
He's intelligent at all them things.
He's very intelligent.
Like we said, on it, you're wanting a lot more.
Right. He definitely gets in. He makes that space, and that thing there, you can't really teach it sometimes. There's some things you can't coach. Like he's got, you either got it or you don't. Do you know what I'm saying? To identify space and time.
And exploit it as well. Like
and execute it. Now the finishing product, I'm not 100% too sure.
He needs to start shooting with his right foot. His last two finishes with his right peg is better than his left. Like that he should have had a brace against Newcastle. Like when he's got too much time to think, it's a madness, really. It's
a madness. You know, like I would have thought he would have clipped over the keeper. I wouldn't have been mad at him trying to clip over the keeper.
Watch along, I celebrated, you know. I know it's Havertz, but fam, professional footballer, you can't not score this. He's got a brace. It's a madness.
So he can't not score that. So for me, it's like a number 9. Like you know, I was centre forward. He can play it. He's got the physical attributes. You know, he's tall. You know, he does win headers.
He's on not getting bullied. I'll give him that.
Yeah. He wins his headers. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, long run, again, I think he would have to prove that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because what I've seen so far, I couldn't hand on heart say, yeah, that's him there. Do you know? I couldn't really say that because I'm thinking in the direction that we're trying to go, we need someone who's a killer, who's absolute killer.
He's doing what Havertz is doing, but like we're overcompensating on that because of the enigma of Havertz. So anyone that can have movement and stuff but score goals. Me personally, I just see Havertz and accept it as, because I always say, what is your position? And I think you've got Chelsea brethren, I've got Chelsea brethren. Like I speak to them and I've watched Chelsea content, and it feels like we're kind of having the same conversations about Kai Havertz. So I personally accept him for what he is. Like you said, forget the Leverkusen days, etc. I know you're going to play in midfield. Sometimes you're not going to do much. Up front, I might see a bit more in certain games when Arteta is doing his mad scientist thing. And I just accept you as this multifunctional kind of match winner at times. Yeah. Because he gets more, I can't lie. He did well against City. He did well against Chelsea. I'm sorry he did well against City in the Community Shield. Grabbed it against Brentford. I don't want to say Luton. I'm not convinced, but I feel like he did something in that game. But them kind of, he'll give you them actions or those moments. And that's where I know we shouldn't have bought him for 65 million. But if that's your thing and you make that your own, and like you said, we bring in a striker and you're utilized in the squad, I'm not happy with it, but I accept it in it because we're not directly calling him a flop. Would you, in fact, on that, would you classify him as a flop now, or has he found his feet?
No, he's found his feet. The jury will be out because, like, you know, when you think about how much we spent, and then you say to yourself, well, we could have added a little bit more money and got, you know, someone out. I'm for the record, I don't think Oshimen's the answer either. You know, so I think the jury will always be out on price tag versus product and versus what you're getting from the product. But one thing he is doing is game by game, goal by goal, he's quietly silencing the jury. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like goal by goal. And then you know want to look at flops, you know, look at the flops, look at the price they were paid for. By no means is he a flop. By no means. You know, you look at your Anthony's, you look at your Sanchos, you look at
Calvin Phillips now stinking up the place at West Ham.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips. Even to a degree, you can even mention Jack Grealish. For this season.
I'm here for it.
Do you know what I'm saying? You can slightly mention
shaky as well at this moment.
Doku, look at the numbers.
Mason Mount, because he's not playing.
But Mason Mount don't even get mentioned, bro, because
Yeah.
that is a standard flop. That is, it's already
Just
been
hasn't
decided.
worked out for United at this
Mason
moment.
Mount is already been decided as a flop. He can't do nothing to change that. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's not in the he's not even in the conversation. But Havertz, like price versus product and product value, he's putting it in. I was a bit, bro. I
Everyone
was the
was.
one. I scratched my head like someone needs to tell me what this lad is good at. Someone needs to
I'm with you.
bring me evidence on my desk by Monday. What this guy is good at.
Someone needs to show me how
Tell
you're the Xhaka replacement, because I still think there's a hole on that left hand side. That's what I
big
was
hole.
saying.
But
It
no,
was one where I wanted
there is.
Arteta to sit down and be like, I know that you're scared about this, but this is why I'm selling. Havertz was one where I was like, all right, I understand the timber. I somewhat even get the Riot one. Declan Rice, everyone can see that. Havertz was more of a thing where Arteta, 65 million, Xhaka replacement. I'm a bit nervous, but I trust you. Show me something in it. You must have some sort of plan. And I still think I'm not 100% convinced, but if you move like this, we can see a use, which wasn't said at the start of the season, man. Remember the Fulham game, he stunk up the place at the Emirates.
Oh Lord, bro.
Come a long way.
Bro, he's come a long way. Like, I think the telling sign of Havertz, yeah, was like you said, your Chelsea brethren. When my brethren's calling me, laughing, like, brother, you lot are actually giving us what we gave Leverkusen. Like, this is mad. Like, knowing what you know, you lot actually going to give us that money.
I had the same convos, cuz.
So it's not even like this is a unknown guy that like you're taking it. You know Havertz, like, and I was like, raw. So he already put that in my head. So maybe there was I was brainwashed or brain dirt, as my uncle would say. Like, he don't believe in brainwashing. He said your brain's either dirty. Yeah, no one can't. No, if someone washes your brain, it's a good thing. If someone washes your brain, it's a good thing. Do you understand? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like,
I'm copying that.
so it's like, so it's like, raw. So maybe he's put that in my head, and I'm like, yeah. But bro, let's look at the numbers.
And whenever we started up front in the big games, and like you said that with the Chelsea thing, you just put an idea into my brain. Pause. In that when he was playing at Chelsea up front, he looked shit. Like he looked mad shit. Like he's missing hella one-on-ones, and that's still there. But the way he's affecting the game more at Arsenal, maybe it's a bit of Arsenal tax. Our project is moving in the right direction. Arteta is doing what Chelsea players aren't, Chelsea managers aren't. But it's like, as long as you continue like this and get better, what can I say? I can have my concerns whether you're the guy or not. I still don't think you're a key player like that. I think you can come in like a couple of these players, but just keep moving in that direction, man. You mentioned it, yeah, and I don't want to forget, but people always talk about Arsenal strikers, potential, the Vlahoviches are mentioned, the Seskos, the Ivan Tonys. Where you said it there, yeah, in that many people, including myself, would be like, bring Oshimen, that's the guy. Obviously, you're Nigerian as well, like so you've got even more reason to know about Oshimen. But you said like he's not the answer. Like, why is he not the answer? And if he's not, who is?
That's the £100 million question, bro. Literally. So the thing with Oshimen, yeah, is, bro, I got so much heat for this on Insta by the Nigerians, yeah. Like, Oshimen has the attributes that Arteta likes, right? Works hard, he's resilient, he's got that Sanchez thing about him where he will never stop. He's a workhorse. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is one of the quality. But he's not the second good. Arteta likes players who are multi-positional, versatile. He's not that.
If it's not up front, he's not involved. Yeah,
he's not involved. He does have some link-up play, but again, technically, he's not the cleanest. Technically, touch isn't the greatest at times. But and also you look at, like, he's not clinical either. I think the team is sometimes we forget players will play in a team that suits them. And that can be, misconstrued for like, because he's doing well at that team. Take him out of that team, he will struggle. Take him out of that Napoli team, he struggles. He really, really does. That team plays to be strength. He knows that team, they know him. Doesn't necessarily mean once he leaves that team, you're still going to get that Oshimen. Because if you're going to bring Oshimen, you also got to bring flipping the Georgian guy. I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, his name's Madman. That KU. Yeah. His name's Madman.
You got to bring him as well. And then you also got to bring Anguissa. You got to bring all these man
You
to
got big
Arsenal
Gordon
because,
man at Naples. Yeah.
and then bring the Napoli kit as well whilst you're at it. You get
Why don't you think he's clinical? In fact, better yet, like, why don't you think he's clinical? And like, do you think there's Serie A tax? Because I can't lie, like I rate him. I rate anyone who scores goals anywhere. But when I look at some of the man that go over there, Alamola, Lukman, and Artovic, you know, not to dish to Rude because he's lit and Zlatan, but it's like them man are near enough touching 50 and they're bagging. I do think there's an element of Serie A tax. I do think it's quote unquote easier to be a bagsman in them leagues. So what would you say to that?
But it's proven though. It's a proven thing. It's always been that case throughout my existence. Yeah, whenever a player is coming to the end of his prime, first people that are calling him are Italian clubs. There's a reason for that, because they know they're getting a player with a name that keeps their league in conversation. You know, like, I mean, I'm trying to think how many players have come from Italy and batted it up in the Prem.
Fucking hell, mate. Batted it up, so like overperformed.
Well, the fact we're thinking
years,
about
not even historic. Recent years, you're scratching your head, really and truly. You could say Jorginho was decent at Chelsea, but I wouldn't say he set the world on fire.
Right.
Tommy has done well, but
that league, that league there, it's no disrespect, yeah, because it is one of the top leagues because it's highly technical. It's like a chess match every week. It's a chess match. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a chess match. You know, we think about the likes of Zidane, Seedorf, Buffon, all these legends they've made their mark there. They've made their name. R9. Do you know what I'm saying? These men These men have made their names there.
Homegrown Italian defenders as well.
Do you understand? But what I'm trying to say is that league is a Stowa league. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're physical, if you're a man who's powerful, you will get joy. You will get joy because, you know, we've seen Lukaku go there, bat it up.
Another one,
Lukaku's gone there, bat it up. We've seen Batshuayi.
I'm sure he went there on loan, yeah.
I'm sure he went there.
Slightly. I don't think it worked out, but he went there, looked all right as well.
Looked all right, you know. But when we bring them players, Higuain, Cavani, you might argue, okay, sure, they was at the later stages of their career. I don't know, but you know, these guys were nothing. Pato came Chelsea.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a different thing, and I just think sometimes we just got to accept some players are just born to play in that team. Doesn't necessarily mean you take it. You know, he would do that anywhere else. Because when he plays for Nigeria, bro, this guy miss it, bro. I don't have hair, bro. But I tear my hair out, bro. I tear my hair out, bro. Like that's some of the chances he misses, are
it's a joke.
Wild. Are absolutely wild. You will struggle to think this guy plays in Europe, bro. You would struggle to believe Oshimen plays in Europe. Some of the chances, I'm telling you, bro. But he works hard. He's you know, he doesn't give up. He's persistent. That's the word I was looking. He's persistent. I
definitely got that from watching him at AFCON. That he's mad persistent. He chases lost scores. A couple of goals he got for you lot out. If he never scored it, he got it just out of pressing the defender and stuff like that.
Right. So he's good at that. But like I think the direction we're looking at, you know, maybe when the summer comes, maybe we need to slightly shift, our targets to something else. You know, like, you know, we've been heavily linked with Tony. You know, I think the football. I'm not.
That's what I feel like. I'm on it, but I'm not like. If we signed him, I'm not gonna cry. But it's like
price.
I don't know.
I think it's the price, bro. I think he's got his contract runs out this summer, right?
Next summer, so he'll have a year left on his deal in the summer.
Right, he's got a year left.
Working to leave. Anyone that
he wants to leave. It can't be nothing mad. It can't be breaking no records, like whatever we get for.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's got to be a Lacazette kind of fee, in my opinion.
It's got to be that, because he wants to come, so that makes it easier. But also, I think when you look at Tony, I think there's other aspects as well. So you look at Brian and Buemo, like they both complement each other so good. I think Tony looks better with Brian and Buemo on the team. Like they just, they've got that partnership. So, but I'm not completely sold on Tony. I get it. He's a big lad. He wins his headers. He links up as well. Takes penalties. You know, I think there are attributes about him that, you know,
like his mentality as well, to be fair. I'll give him that.
But there's certain things about him I also don't like. You know, I think about his time at Brentford, certain time when he's gone on video saying fuck Brentford.
Yeah. Let the girls gas him, boy. He
Let
lost
the
his head
girls gas
around
him.
Nani,
Like,
but he's crazy.
you know, I'm hoping he's grown past that. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping he's grown past that.
He can't do
And
that
only
at our club, respectfully.
you can't do that at Arsenal, bro.
You know, Duppy know for frightened. He won't do that at Arsenal or anywhere else he goes. He'll conduct himself in a way, man. I hope, anyways.
Conduct yourself accordingly, bro. And the only reason why that never got the light it got was the Mason Greenwood happened the same day or the day after. So that got the sunlight and that kind of shone that up. But you know, there's certain things he's doing. I'm like, brother, you got to move older than that, man. You got to move older than that. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're a baller. Can't deny it, he's a baller. Can't deny it. Maybe I'm skewed by how many goals we've scored in the last 5 games, and I'm like, no, we don't need him. But maybe give us a bad run again. I'm like, bro, we need a fucking striker. Get Tony in. I don't know, bro. I don't I don't know which one it is. Do you know what I'm saying?
So who would it for you would be the better one then between Tony and Oshimen? Like, you're both gonna get them. Which one you going for?
Tony, hands down.
Swear down. He's sneaking your countryman. Swear,
bro. If it's not even a snaking countryman thing, bro, because I rate Oshimen. And, bro, if you look into Osimhen's story, bro, man was selling water and bread on his head on the streets of Lagos. It's such an
inspiring story from Donny, bro.
Bro, it's a big, bro, I fucking rate that you, bro. I fucking rate that you. Like, it goes without saying. Also a countryman, innit? But if you're asking me to speak with brain, not the heart, I'm speaking with brain, bro. And pause, innit? Big pause on that one. Bro, that was wild. Brother, that was wild.
Hey, this post-pandemic is crazy.
That was wild.
Oh, you saved yourself though. That could have been mad. The comments could have done you.
Bro.
All right, cool. So that
speaking with medulla oblongata, that's it. Speaking with my medulla, bro.
This guy is funny, man. So who's the ideal striker for you then, Carl? Like, I hear that you wouldn't be necessarily against Oshimen, but he's not the answer. Tony's all right, but he's not the answer. Who is the one then? Like, and obviously you're not Arteta, so I'm asking an impossible question, but who's the one for you?
I fucking wish Jesus was a bagsman, bro.
Trust me, you're not alone.
I just fucking because he's it. Everything else he does,
20, 30 league goals.
But I don't think scoring. When he opened his mouth and said it himself, bro, I'm not a goal scorer. Bro, I have to believe you, bro. You know yourself better than I know.
A real hungry striker's not saying that, cuz.
He's not saying that. He's not saying like he's bro. It's like that girl. You think to yourself, oh, I can't lie, I love this girl, bro. Like she cooks, but the cleaning, you know, like, but she ain't got a batty, fam. Like the batty ain't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that, bro. You've got everything I love.
Shout out my black girls, man. This is how I fuck with you lot, man. That could never be
everything. You got everything I love, but I wish the batty was bigger. Like,
or you're lit, but you're just a Jezzy, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be the guy. Like, someone
I can't be the guy. Like, you're just a big. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone knows you.
Yeah. Everyone knows you for the wrong reasons, bro.
Everyone knows you.
With high mileage and shit, like, it's crazy.
Your mileage is space high. I can't. I don't look like an idiot.
I look an idiot. I'm gonna spend more time in the mechanics than driving the whip, bro. Like, it's crazy,
More time in the clinic, bro.
And I do like antibiotics as well, man. Big up my bareback bandits out there.
Hey, bro.
My last question for you, cuz, in fact, before we move on, is there a striker though for you? Because I'm trying to do the Lautaro Martinez take on the sly. I know it's not going to happen, but and I don't not even 100% convinced with him. Martinez of Inter. I'm not even convinced.
Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah. I don't even think I just like him. I don't even think I know he's got 20 odd goals, but he seems to be the guy to operate in a partnership now. Obviously, we don't play with 2 forwards. So
do you know
I don't even know.
Do you know what? Let me say this is mad because everything I said about Oshimen, so this is gonna be mad. And this only came to me earlier when I was listening to Talk Sport this morning, yeah. And so they were talking about Chelsea and the FFP, yeah. And Chelsea have to sell players by next summer, by this summer window, to basically make profit. So Gallagher's got to be sold because he's obviously youth academy, so they're gonna make Even if it's only for £1, they'd have made profit,
It's
right?
100% profit still, yeah.
It was 100% profit and a few other players, right? And then it came to my mind about Lukaku.
No,
Yeah.
don't speak about
No, just hear me out. Hear me out.
cuz.
Hear me out. Yeah.
That's madness.
No one ain't buying. No one. Okay. Everyone knows what Chelsea are trying to. Chelsea are in a vulnerable position right now. Yeah.
They're trying to
They
flog the goods.
They're trying to flog. Chelsea ain't in no bargaining. They're not in no driving seat to sell anyone for any price they want. Yeah. Now, Lukaku has done it in the Prem and also hasn't done it in the Prem at the same time. So that's where my doubt is the fact you went to United for the price you went for, you didn't do it.
Chelsea
you had your best moments.
Well.
You had your best moments at Everton and West Brom, possibly because they're smaller teams, or maybe you're that guy who is that big fish in a small pond, and maybe in a bigger pond, you just don't get it looking. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think maybe for the price, yeah, maybe we can sit there and talk. Look,
well, you're forgetting his first touch, fam. You're forgetting.
Yeah, it's a touch. But it's also his second touch as well.
You know,
it's a second touch. It's a second touch as well. It's not even his first.
Yeah. Or the third, or the fourth, or the fifth. Like, bro, he's left-footed for no reason. I can't lie. I don't want to do that.
But he's also his country's, record scorer. I mean, you could talk about the De Bruyne factor and the Hazard factor, But I thought about it and I was like, would I be mad at Lukaku for 32 million?
Oh, you're convinced. I wouldn't be mad, but
would you be mad? Because we was mad at Havertz for 65 million. We're still mad at
Havertz. I can lie to myself about heat maps and all these things. Lukaku don't move fast enough for me. There's too much baggage. He's one player that needs too much laid on his plate. And when you look at how we play, bro, like there's never going to be just a striker standing up there just getting goals. You got to do, like you said, in Oshimen's defense, you got to drop deep and do these things. Lukaku can't do that. If it is the Lukaku, like if we typed on YouTube and just watched his goals, he's straight just bullying man and scoring. And in this hypothetical world, we're getting that. I'm on it, but we're forgetting how dead he is, bro. Like I don't want to do this day, but bro, it's ugly,
But hear what I'm saying to you. Hear what I'm saying to you. So we spoke earlier about a plan B. Yeah, 32 million plan B ain't bad, brother. 32 million plan B.
You be an agent, bro. You're selling him to man.
32 million pound plan B ain't mad, bro.
You're selling Lukaku.
We're losing 1-0. Yeah, we're losing 1-0. Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals. Yeah, there's nothing seems to be happening. Yeah, 75th minute, you just dash on Lukaku, bro.
But he'll miss the tapping. He'll miss the tapping because he'll get that chance.
Bro,
we already got that.
The presence alone, when a defender is been defending Arsenal for 75 minutes.
Yeah. You see his big black brother come on.
See this? You see me come on, bro. Bolo, bro. Bro, you're tired, bro. Like you're tired.
I'll give you that because
it's a plan B. There's a reason why it's a plan B.
He'll roll his man, pause and bag goals. That's the thing. Like if we did sign a man like that, for me, you got to commit to how he plays, bro. There's no tippy-tappy shit. Just let him get in behind.
That's why he's plan B, bro. That's why it's plan B.
If it's that thing, you're selling it to me. I can't lie.
He's coming out. He's at that age now where he's, the Harry Kane's, their thing's starting to wind down now. Do you know what I'm saying? As a centre forward, your thing's starting to wind down a little bit now. Do you know what I'm saying? And then he's always, he loves Italy because Italy's a slow, he can do his thing out there. But I feel like with the right fan base, yeah, with the right manager, the right price tag, meaning that you ain't got to live up to a price tag. Like, it might, because every time he's played without a price tag, he's played well.
That's slightly true. Or not even just price tag. When it's the reputation thing, it ain't been that deep for him. You're right, still.
Like, I'm not expecting him to come to bag 20 goals. I'm strictly talking plan B. That's why I gave the context and the background of Chelsea ain't got the mouth to sit in a driving position talking about 50. You take this and shot. You know that meme of that guy in the shop? With the guy selling $5. He throws him like
£1. Shut up.
Shut up. That's how we gotta move with that. Do you know what I'm saying? Anything more than that, we'll back out and say, fuck off then, keep him.
That's the thing. And that's the thing with the striker thing, bro. It's like when you look at them, I think everybody, I'm sure Arteta do, they know what they want to do. But I think whether it's the young emerging strikers, whether it's Lukaku, because we spoke about him, Lituro, because I mentioned him, Tony, Oshimen, you could have some that you want more than others, but I don't think there's one that 100% convinces you like, yeah, that's the guy. Now, I don't know if it's because the way Arsenal play. I don't know if it's because, as you know, the striker market in our day now is probably the lowest it's ever been in terms of consistent batsmen. I don't know. And like, is it a thing where, is there a reality where we don't even sign a striker? We might go for a winger that's a batsman. And obviously, Saka's going to keep his place. What does that mean for Martinelli? Maybe it's like what you said, if not Lukaku, it's a man that can come in, rotate, could get goals, maybe a young striker to learn, and he's essentially a plan B. But I think everybody knows that for us to go to the next level, I think as a minimum, you need that left-sided 8, that proper long-term partner for Rice. I do think you need another winger, like whether that's a Pedro Neto or something for Saka and Martinelli.
What you let me ask you this. Sorry to stop you, bro. What do you think of Bowen? What do you think of Bowen?
I'm having Bowen at Arsenal, but West Ham are gonna ask for a madness, man.
They're gonna tax it, innit?
They're gonna bro, if Wolves are saying Pedro Neto 80 million, like, and he's had injuries and that, what are they gonna say for Bowen? Because I'm having Bowen. I like Bowen. I think you cook at Arsenal, and he can play up front as well. He can be multifunctional. Don, maybe it's a thing, bro.
He's a typical Arteta type player. Grafts, versatile.
I wonder if we think that happen.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like you said. I think in our era of football, bro, this is the lowest we've known. Like for your out and out 9. Obviously, I think maybe a lot to do with how football's changed.
Yeah, it's a system thing now.
It's a system thing now. It's not just like your typical how we've grown up watching it. It's not that anymore. Everyone chips in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Batsmen at all teams, relegation, championship, prem winners, all this. Now you're scratching your heads for actual batsmen like Haaland. Exactly. Comes to mind. Kane
and that's about it, really.
Then it's like, I guess you could say Oshimen because he's doing this thing in Italy, but we've just spoken about him. It's like, I don't know. Even when you look at Tony, I think a time ago, somebody did, you know how Arsenal fans are with the statistics. He's only scored 3 more non-penalties at a time than Jesus. So it's like, even if we get Tony, are you the answer? Like, this is where I'm happy I'm not Mikel Arteta, bro.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult. I mean, like Liverpool splashed like 85 million on Nunes. Do you know what I'm saying? And
he's just a packet of sweets, like randoms. You don't know what you're gonna get, bro.
You do know what you're gonna get, and maybe the answer lies under your nose. Sometimes you got to look closer to home. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not having Eddie, man. I'm not having Eddie, bro. I'm not lying to you, bro. I'm not, bro.
I feel so sad about drawing him out, man. But
yeah.
Sometimes with him,
it's an ugly watch. It's an ugly watch. Listen, all I can say is, when we talk, we're talking about who we're going to bring in. But I think also the position that we're in now, in terms of like not just our league position, but our trajectory as the club in general, right? I think we can sell players like Eddie for much more than we would have sold them
from Prem teams. People are zanging us. We might as well zang them. If man are saying 70, 80 for Pedro Neto, obviously Rice is quality, but 105 million. You go back to the early 2000s. West Ham are not putting up a fight. It's not that long drag drama. We want to play. We get it. So we need to start zanging people. Like if they're saying 35 million for Eddie Nketiah, Crystal Palace, give us a sell-on clause, maybe a buyback in case it becomes lit. Safe, Eddie. One love for the hat trick and number 14. You've lived your dream. Peace. Nelson as well. Safe. I don't want to sell Smith Rowe, but maybe.
I'm adding Smith Rowe there. I'm
fighting tooth and nail, not to, but
I'm adding Smith Rowe. Bro, those 3 players there, Nelson, Smith Rowe, Eddie, in today's market combined, that's over 100 mil.
You're getting something if you hustle. You could probably, I don't know for Nelson, but surely Smith Rowe and Eddie, you can get 30 a piece, bro.
Let me tell you something, yeah. We get more. I'll tell you something, yeah. And this one annoys me. I think perhaps maybe it was because the position and the trajectory was at the time, yeah. Liverpool sold Ryan Brewster to Sheffield United for 25 mil off around.
Solanke went for decent money as well.
He went for Solanke as well, right? But let's go back to Ryan Brewster, yeah. I don't think he kicked the ball for them in the Prem. Right?
His biggest highlight in the barber chair with the Champs Trophy, a medal that he didn't take.
Medal, yeah. 2 seasons after that, we then sold Willock to Newcastle for less than that. And Willock had pedigree or more than Brewster.
Slightly, Arteta liked him as well, yeah. But that's the thing. Are we good hustlers though? Is Eddie, because as you just alluded to, it's not even slightly what a player's worth. It's what you can hustle. And who have we really sold for decent money under Edu? Balogun's gone for a decent change, maybe one more. But
Balogun, I reckon Balogun could have got more. I reckon Balogun could have got more. Like over the years, I think we bumped Everton for and Oxlade Chamberlain.
Yeah,
so both
Ox,
to the
even Ox,
to the Scouts club. But other than that, we get bumped selling players every
it's
time.
peanuts and ripping up contracts, fam.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I think is the trajectory of the club because Liverpool, Chelsea, these teams sell players for, bro. They bump everyone they sell to.
You
bro.
Scratch your head. You're like, bro, how did you do that? Like
they bump everyone they sell to. That is a fact. Do you understand? And it's not because they've got a better negotiator than us. Because I'm sure if you're in the Premier League or certainly in the top 10, top 5, top 4, top 2 teams, clubs, you have someone who's good at what they do. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think we're so desperate. You know that guy that's in the club 4 a.m. ain't bagged nothing. Now the lights come on. He just grabbing anything that comes his way. You know what I'm saying? Like he
standing out the window, beer goggles moving mad. He just wants to secure every hole's of goal settings, bro.
Bro, he ain't even got beer goggles. He ain't even got. He just.
Hey, we got the scumbags out there, man.
Bro.
I know some of our bridges are like that. We've all been there.
I know you got bridges like that. Cause I got bridges like that.
I got bridges like that, bro.
I just want someone.
And then be like, I don't know what's going on.
Bro, man just got a spare seat in his car and he just wants to fill it up.
Yeah. They'll tell you it's a light and they won't show you the picture. It's just never hiding under statistics, bro. Motion Pepper Pig things. Hey, these men are savages. The men are savages.
Bro, that's how we was moving, bro. That's how we've been moving.
We're desperate.
Desperate. Teams can smell it. Teams can smell it. They know a contract is coming to an end because we haven't patterned the thing before. Like we haven't patterned the contract properly, and so now it's like, all right, cool. We've got Eddie on a new contract. We've got Reece on a new contract. We've got Smith Rowe on a new contract. Bro, we are saying that is our number 10. Yeah, that's not a small number at Arsenal, bro.
Yeah, that's a big
number. Was on that. It's not a small number. We're talking about our number 14. That again ain't a small number. No one
even needs to know what that means. If you don't, you shouldn't be watching the stream of football.
You should be watching sports.
Yeah,
don't watch sports.
You know who made that number iconic.
Don't watch sports. Do you understand me? So bro, bring me in this negotiating rooms, bro. I can sell dick to a prostitute, bro. I swear to God, bro. I swear, bro. Put me in that negotiating room, bro.
This guy's a legend.
Put me in that negotiation room, bro. I'll get it done, bro. I'll get it done. That's our number 14, bro.
And that's the thing.
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, bro. And that's the thing, bro. It's like I don't get it because on the face of it, and this is the territory we're in. Because if you're Eddie Nketiah, one thing I give him, he backs himself, and he did take Jesus' spot at one point. So he thinks I can get minutes. It might be long right now. I'm not getting football, but football's long. I can get that. I'm wearing number 14. I'm getting 100 bags. I come from Haylen. Family aspect. He's from South, your neck of the woods. Pause. So it's a family thing. It's a bit like Cedric asking Cedric to bust out in January. He's thinking, no, bro, I'm cushy here, bro. Like, what need is Eddie got to force out the move? Unless it's made clear, football, you're kind of reliant on Eddie to say, it's about time I grow up a bit, go somewhere. I'm going to start 10, 20 league games and keep it moving. But he's achieved all of these things. Hat-trick, number 14, as you said, being capped by the country, England, all from being a bit part player, almost overperformer. You could even argue out of Smith Rowe, Nelson, and Eddie's slightly more vital than them, man, or has been more vital than them, man, which is crazy.
He showed. Listen, I remember Eddie's first game for Arsenal. I was there. It was, I think it was against Norwich League Cup. Wenger, he's Wenger's boy.
He's been about. He's been here for
that's
time.
That's Wenger's project. That's Wenger's project. He's probably him and El Neni, off the top of my head, are the last of Wenger's.
Yeah, the last men standing.
Do you know what I'm saying? The last man standing from that era. I remember his first game. I remember he bagged 2 goals. Right, we was losing. I think 1-0 to Norwich. 10 minutes to go. You know that kind of dream you've had as a young footballer. Like I made my debut, we're losing, little change minutes to go, and I come on. And I came on, bagged 2 goals. Could have got his hat trick. Could have got his hat trick. I remember he was through 1-on-1, but he was absolutely shattered. And I remember like that day that chant started, Eddie, from that one game, yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking rocking with this kid, bro. This is my guy. Do you understand? But in that game, you don't really see much because the goals he scored, one was a header, one was a corner, deflection, stood in the right place, poacher, Fox in the box. I'm pretty sure the second one was similar, but you never really got to see his link up. You never really got to see what it's about, but you saw the goals, and I kind of went from there. But as time has progressed, I'm watching Eddie. I'm kind of looking at his link up play. I'm kind of looking at, he will link up, but with Eddie, he's another one. He's ugly he's not visually pleasing to look at. You look at the Arsenal DNA, right? He's not that
silky 1-2s. Like I always say, like all the other players that play in the front lines, wingers, strikers, whatever, them even Havertz to a degree, them man can do things in 1 or 2 touch. It takes Eddie 3-4, and that's what I think the issue is. Like he can't really affect the game if he's not scoring. Don't get twisted. I do think there's been games he's played well generally and not scored, but I think that's the problem. If you're not a bagsman, where we can say, all right, cool, link up play, a bit like Aubameyang, it's not there, but you bag it. Like in Lacazette's case, all right, you can play that sexy football, but you're not a bagsman. We'll allow you. Eddie's not either really. And to be fair, he's at other clubs. Like if he's still at Chelsea, he's probably sold for about 50 million, as unrealistic as it is, and they keep it moving.
Bro, he could. Eddie, I'm no doubt that Eddie will go somewhere and bag goals. I really have no doubt. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, he backs himself, and it's crazy, and it's almost. I feel like it's almost unfair on Eddie, because it's not his fault.
Yeah. I'm not. No one take this as a personal attack on Eddie. It's just you harsh your sell by date. Unfortunately, like we're in
it's not Eddie's fault. It's literally not Eddie's fault. But when I think of the plays that we've had, and I think of like that position Eddie's in, the shirt number he's wearing, and I'm happy for the kid because I would love to play for my club.
He's living the dream.
And I would love to wear the number 14. I would love to be on the money he's on. So with that being said, there is an expectation that comes with all of that. There is an expectation. Theo barely carried the shirt, but he got over 100 goals.
Yeah. And we know Theo. Theo was so frustrated. 1 minute I'm a winger, then I'm a striker, then I'm this and that. But you're right. He's
a finisher. Theo was a finisher.
This is the thing.
We can say for certain. We can say like, Theo, headless.
Theo Walcott's transfer. I mean, highlights package. He scored some wavy goals, bro.
Bro, the guy's a finisher. Theo is a finisher. So you can't be mad at that. Do you know what I'm saying? But Eddie, I don't quite know what Eddie is.
19 goals, 8 assists in 113 Premier League appearances, 38 goals in 163 appearances in all comps for this team, and 10 assists. You've done well. You can leave with your head held high. As you said, number 14, in a great position, had some great fanfare moments, but you played 163 times for this club, over 100 times in the Prem, and you still look really like, to a degree, like you've just come out of the academy. It's not good, bro. I mean, some might argue a lot of his appearances are off the bench. Yeah, to be fair,
they're not starters. So possibly again, like like I said to you earlier with Kivio, sometimes it's your teammates trusting you, but that only comes when you're playing regularly with your teammates.
Yeah,
as opposed to
that as well. To be fair, he has said
your bit parts, But like for me, I don't think it's it. And the thing is, he's more of a bagsman than Jesus. He really is.
Yeah. He's more on the goal scoring thing. Like Eddie's just interested in goals, and I don't think that's a bad thing. You're just not quite good at it for where we want to go.
Right. So where we want to go is, I think we can't carry Eddie with us. We can't carry Reece with us, and unfortunately, if you're always injured, you're not good enough, and that's it's harsh but true. That's with Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's quality, technically clean.
But you just can't bet on you, man.
You just can't bet on you, bro. You come back from injury one game. The next game, you're not starting because you picked up a knock, and it's unfortunate, but unfortunately, it's ruthless, And I wish, but me, one thing with me, DG, over the years supporting this club, I've learned to fuck sentiments, doggy style, fam. That's how I am with sentiments.
I'm kind of like that as well, man. As much as it hurts, like with Ramsdale, Tierney, Xhaka, Aubameyang. It is what it is. It
is what it is, bro. Like they say in the movies, non-personal, bro, just business.
Exactly. Right before boom. Like, it It isn't, bro. The man that help us become top 4 can't help us win leagues and stuff, and not everyone can make the distance. It's not. It's like, as much as I like the family aspect and things, we're not here to make friends. We're here to win football games, and you're all here because you do a job. Yeah, you're all here because you're somewhat good footballers. You're not here because we like you. Even Saka, we like you. You know, your man. Them. You remind me of my younger sister and brother and all the younger siblings.
Yeah.
But forget that, bro. You're there because you're wavy. The minute you stop being wavy, nobody cares, fam.
It's a ruthless business, bro. Like, unfortunately, no one gives us the grace long enough for us to, Bob, it's not what you did for me. Like Fat Joe said, yesterday's price is not today's price, bro. The shit changed. The shit changed by the time you close and open your eyes, bro. It's literally that quick.
But that's the truth. It's so sad.
It's literally, we don't make the rules. I didn't make that rule, bro. I just apply it. Who am I to fuck tradition up? Like Cameron said, bro. Who am I to fuck tradition up? It is what it is.
And the thing is, these quotes need to be framed, bro. The game is the game. Charge it,
The game is the game, bro. The game is the game.
I feel we just need to be ruthless. I feel as much as we need to be ruthless, I don't feel we're ruthless to the players that we need to be ruthless to. And the fact that me and you are discussing some man in 2024 says it all. But we're only going to get over. So even someone like Thomas Partey, like, you're wavy footballer when fit, but you're not about safe.
Brother, he's another one. Dash that in there, because that brother
might even be getting thrown into that soon.
That brother has killed my dreams, bro. Bro, when we thought about, when the Rice thing sounded concrete, was looking concrete, I was like, nah, could it be?
Him, Odegaard is set.
Partey, Rice. Could this? Nah, not Arsenal. Bro, that Rice thing, was more exciting for me because of Partey. Because I know what you get from Partey when Partey is fit. Declan Rice for me was a bit of an unknown quantity. I only watched Rice when we played against West Ham. Do you understand? I never really watched him except like, I never singled him out in a game. West Ham fan. I live amongst West Ham fans. They tell me, oh yeah, he's quality. But
they've been saying that.
I always feel like you say that about your star player.
Yeah, no one took them in, but they were telling the truth.
They'll tell you about their star player, but they were telling the truth. In fact, I would say they lied, because I don't think they told us how really good he was. They lied to us, bro. They didn't tell us the whole truth, bro.
They've been saying he's wavy, and I never took it in, man. I'm saying on my vids, apologies to West Ham fans. You were right. It's like the mad people outside the trains where they're saying, God's coming, read your Bible now. You're not taking it in. If God comes down, you're like, whoa, Lidge, like, amen, please allow me. I need to go ahead.
Forgive me. Literally, I wasn't familiar. Do you get me?
This is exactly that's the thing. Is unfamiliar. My last question for you, bro. Then, like, obviously, Champions League, we're gonna have to turn it around against Porto. Premier League, I don't know, but how confident are you with silverware this year,
bro?
It's a mad thing.
It's mad because, again, it's a medulla versus cardiovascular thing. I don't want to pause nothing. I don't want to hit the pause today again.
And it's the hope that kills in this football team. There's enough to be encouraged, but at the same time, we've seen this story, bro.
Bro, I know this script very, very well. I've seen it written and I've seen it played out and I've seen it acted. I know the script.
Even listen to it on the iPod, bro. Like,
very well. Yeah. But the only difference, and maybe it might be what they call same difference, is that I look at these boys and I look at, none of them have experience, right? And in a mad way, that might be the good key.
Because they're positively naive, that kind of thing.
Right. So you're breaking the generational curse because you're not aware of it. That curse ain't following you.
You ain't got negative attachments of years and all those connotations. You're right.
Right. So you watch the Arsenal teams where you had Bergkamp, Kanu, Henry, Petit, your Adams, Campbell, them lot, right? That curse was on them. It didn't follow them. It was on them. Do you understand? There's no way a team with Bergkamp, Henry did not touch the Champions League. There's no way. How that team hasn't won a chat is crazy to me.
This is the crazy thing. We've been underperforming in Europe, man. This club is too big not to have a stronger European pedigree, man. It's a joke, really, if I'm honest.
It's the only thing rival fans have over us is that Champions League talk.
Don't make Saka win Champions League, rival fans. That's all I'll say, because you could never talk to me again. I'll be so unbearable.
You can never talk to me and you will never hear word again, bro. You will never hear word again, bro. You will never. That rest assured, bro.
I'll be shameless. I'll be like, man, can't say that about Eddie and Ketia. If we won it this year, you can't get on to Eddie. He's Champions League winner. Like,
so answer to your question, bro, is I feel like there's two things here. Last season we were being chased, like we were being hounded, bro. Last season,
like a runaway slave, yeah,
like a runaway, bro. This season is we're doing the chasing. And the spotlight ain't on us like that. Do you get me? So possibly this might play into us a little bit, because then add the benefit of last season's experience, how that might have made us wiser, and then add the fact we've got Rice in that middle who doesn't get injured.
Liverpool and City got to play each other as well, even though we got to play City, to be fair. But yeah,
right. So I feel like something's coming. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna leave it there. That's my diplomatic answer, bro. Something's coming. I don't know,
bro. I'm on what you're on. Like, for me, I just want to see in it. Like, I don't think we're winning the champs. I'm more optimistic for the Premier League, and I just feel for the fact of in life, when factors are out of your hands, there's only so much hope. We need a lot of things, but the one thing we need to do is take maximum points. You know yourself with football, every day is another challenge. Obviously, with the form, there's bare optimism, but we've even got to go play Man United, and they're terrible, but we don't play well at Old Trafford. I've seen my team in my childhood win the league at Spurs' ground and win the league at Old Trafford. Since then, it's shaky.
It's nothing else.
This is it. So I don't. It's down to us, innit? Control the controllables and just hope for City to drop points. I don't wish injuries on anyone, but hope Liverpool's squad is being tested and the youth show their age. And then, you know what? It'd be lovely to win it, really and truly, because it would just be lovely, man. It's about time. It feels like the process is processing, but the process has to lead to some progress and trophies. So, I don't know, bro. So, boy, we're going to have to leave it there.
We'll have to wait to see. Yeah.
I'm with you, bro. Let people know where they can find you as well. Once again, man, it's been a great show, bro.
Nah, bro, the time has gone so quick, bro.
It's flown. I don't even know it's 9:23 p.m. UK time at the time of recording this for you lot, people.
It's gone quick, man. Yeah, you're putting in a shift, man. We're putting in a shift. Now, listen, people. Listen, Stricto Strict on YouTube, man. Find me, Stricto Strict. Get my subs up. Trying to hit 5K. That's the next milestone for me. So yeah, hit that up. And then on Insta, BH_Stricto. B for big, H for homie _Stricto. You know what I'm saying? Find me on there, man. Yeah, man.
Like, whenever you say that, it kills me. People, seriously, man. You heard the man say 5K is the next milestone. There's no reason why you shouldn't subscribe. All the information. In fact, by the time this comes out, I'm sure you're watching it on YouTube. In the title, the YouTube name's there. All you got to do is click it, subscribe, watch the guy's content, show man some love, pause. Instagram, all that stuff is in the description. And then that's it, people. On that note, it's been amazing, man. We got to do this again, man. Let me let you
bro, we got to do this on a regs. This was lovely, man. Honestly, like I said, time just flew by, man. But listen, I got to get you on my channel next, man. So yeah, man.
Oh, you know what? You got my number. Let's just pattern it up and we go, bro. Yeah, simple business.
Come on, bro. Easy.
Come on, my guy, man. So yeah, people, let us know your thoughts on everything. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. We've said a lot of points. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Just let us know everything. But for now, we're out, people, man. You lot stay blessed. Safe.